In the next example of locking out pieces, I would ask you to take some time here, you're white to move, and try to figure out what is the best continuation here. I think it's a very good exercise to solve. So yeah, pause the video if you want to solve it by yourself. I'll reveal the solution now. And very strong in this position is this move g4, which was not played in the game. Between Boris Gulko, by the way, and Karpov Anatoly, the very famous world champion. g4 is a crushing move, and yeah, white is threatening to take on h5 and win the rook because of this pin. And black cannot really take on g4. If he takes with the knight, then I take back with the knight, and if he wants to recapture, then again h5 is simply winning the rook. If he takes immediately on g4 with the pawn, then I can go h5, and again I'm winning this rook here. So black cannot really take on g4, but what else is there to do? I mean, white is threatening to take on h5, so if he doesn't want to lose material right away, then he has to go f5. But here, yeah, white has two good options. He could go g takes h5 and win the exchange like this, but I even like this way much more, which is g5, and it's a perfect example again for our topic, because now, okay, the knight has to move to g4, and now we will see after a move like king g2, protecting the pawn on f2, that the rook on g6 is forever imprisoned here and can never escape anymore unless he wants to give himself up for our g pawn, and white is just winning on the long run here. He's basically playing a rook up here, so it will win in the long run. The next example I would like to give you is this game between Ulf Andersson and Eugenio Torre, which was played in Biel in 1977. And Ulf Andersson, the legendary Swedish grandmaster, made a fatal mistake here by playing rook b3 in the last move. And again, I would like to ask you to have a moment here and try to figure out what is the best way for black to play. It's still the theme of locking out pieces, so keep that in mind. And you can stop the video now if you would like to have a shot at solving it. I'll reveal the solution now, which is b4 here. As black. White has threatened to take the pawn here now on b5, and it looks like at first we're simply giving up the pawn for free now, not trying to do anything about it, but now we are threatening to play bishop d6, and then the rook will be locked in here on b3, so white has to take on b4, and now again we play b5, again with the same idea that now when the rook moves, then we play b4, and the rook is gone, and white is, yeah, the rook can never find into the game anymore, and black is simply winning here. You might ask, white doesn't have to go back right away, but let's say he makes a waiting move like bishop g4, then we can simply go bishop d6, forcing back the rook to b3, and now we go b4, and again we are just winning in the long run. White is playing without the rook here. We could even be so satanistic to run with the king to a4 and simply pick up the rook like this. Let's say white is waiting, play king d7, simply play rook e8, protecting the pawn on e6, and now the king is simply running to a4 to pick up the rook here, and black is winning. So yet another, I think, a very nice example for locking out pieces. e4 is the way to go here.